Coach, you've kind of touched on some of the issues on offense, but how much is just the sacks? How much of that is Greg holding on to it too long like he did sometimes against South Carolina? And how much of it is the pass protection needs to get better?
Well, I think that, in the last game, we got beat a couple times by their inside rusher, 57, pretty good player. Got some penetration in the pocket, which hurt us a little bit. But I also think that, we need to get the ball out of our hands and understand the timing it takes to be able to be efficient and effective in the passing game. So, again, I think it's a combination of things. I don't think Greg held on to the ball too long in this game, trying to create things. The pocket collapsed on him a little bit. He needed to get rid of the ball. We didn't always have people open where they should have been. So we need to do a better job in all regards.
Nick, a follow-up on Derek. He's 2-4 so far. He had some issues to deal with at the beginning of the year. Can you talk about how difficult a job that is, your first year in a program, trying to put your stamp on it and all you have to deal with there?
Well, I don't know many specifics about, their circumstance or his circumstance there, but in my experiences, it's that first year is very, very difficult, in terms of, your staff, everybody getting on board, getting the players to buy in. And it looks like from the way they play that they've really, done that. And I don't think you can just look, especially in first years of, record and results. But is the foundation being built for what you need to do in the future so that you have a chance to be successful and you can build on what you have? And it seems to me like that's happening there based on just watching how they play, the discipline they play with, that type of thing.
How would you grade the special teams so far at mid-season? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses?
I think we've, done reasonably well on special teams. I was concerned early that we weren't getting a lot of production in punt return, but in the last couple games we made some big plays on the punt returns and certainly had our best game in the last game. Changing field position, reaching our goal of making a first down average on punt returns. Kickoff return has been better than in the past from a statistical standpoint in terms of drive start. I think kickoff coverage has been better. And we haven't had the big negative play, in the special teams so far, which I think is something that you got to continue to work on all the time, so that you do control vertical field position. Our specialists could be a little bit more consistent, but I think they all have promise and have done a good job to this point.
Hey, Coach, with the Ole Miss game being a late start, I wondered if you were able to watch some of your wife on TV hosting the homecoming parade.
No. I hope you're not trying to get me in trouble. I don't know if she had the expectation that I was supposed to be watching or not, but I wasn't. I didn't. But I heard about it.
Coach, the scoring average in the SEC this year is as high as it's ever been since the league expanded. Do you see any kind of trend, or is it just one of those things?
Well, I think there's some really good offensive players, and I think there's a lot of diversity, in the style of offense that you now see in college football, and I think that probably contributes to some degree to the sort of maybe ups and downs that you see in college football, because the learning curve for the players week in and week out probably is more diverse than it used to be, because there's a little more continuity in what people did, whether it's the advent of sort of the spread offense, all the zone read stuff. Now they're running sweeps and reading three techniques, and lots of people do lots of different things, and So every week, we think we're going to get to play regular defense. And every week we seem to play 6 or 8 snaps of what amounts to be regular defense. And the rest of it is some kind of spread, 4 wide out, empty. And I think that more wide open style certainly lends itself to more opportunity for the offense. But I think it also makes it more difficult for the defenses to prepare and play well against all those different things, if that makes any sense. Because you only have so much practice time each week. So a lot of diversity, large learning curve for players.
Coach, how is the team doing from a physical standpoint, not having a bye this season yet?
Excuse me? I'm sorry.
How is the team doing from a physical standpoint, not having a bye yet this season? I know last year they were a little beaten up going into this game.
Well, I think that, our players have done a pretty good job. I think last week helped us a little bit. May have affected our execution a little bit by not practicing on Monday. But, the 2 days off, I think, helped the players a little bit from an intensity standpoint. Today we're going to cut back a little bit what we do, just, maybe 10 minutes or so. But I think that, when you don't practice on Monday, you miss all the kicking game stuff, and you miss all the basic stuff that you do, so it makes it more difficult to make up for those things the rest of the week. And I think we're probably a little more just bumped up right now today. But I think that in a couple days we'll be fine, maybe than we have been all year. But I don't think that's from not having a bye week. I just think that's from playing a pretty physical game.
After the game, you noted kind of a two-half deal where you were very good on third down in the first half and not very good in the second half. What did you see on film? Was there anything you could put your finger on, or just a blown assignment here or there? Or?
No, I thought we were a little bit soft in coverage a couple times. They hit a couple plays on us on third down. I really think that they did some good things, that it wasn't so much that a couple times we were in position to make plays and didn't make them. A couple times the quarterback scrambled around. One time we lost contain on him. He scrambled and made a play that, gave him a first down. So, there was nothing really specific other than at times when we played man-to-man, we were a little bit soft in our coverage. And even though we tackled a guy when he caught the ball, it was first down. And we never really got off the field. So, just need to keep working on some of those things. And, I think that, we actually played a little different based on the quarterback than what we normally play. Maybe they started figuring that out, if that makes any sense. When you play a running quarterback, it's kind of hard to play coverage where everybody's turning their back and running with somebody, which is the best way to play man-to-man. Well, if he decides, I'm going to take off running, there's nobody looking at him. So, maybe early in the game that wasn't so apparent, but as the game wore on, they created some opportunity there too. Thanks, Coach. All right.